Alright, good evening. I just wanted to come on here and read this new information on the Kendrick Johnson case. Hope everybody's having a nice evening. Over here in the Bronx, nice and cool this evening, not too hot. Um, Basically, I just wanted to come here and talk about some new info on the Kendrick Johnson case and the autopsy results that should be coming out soon. I don't know when yet, but hopefully I'll be able to find out what's going on and give you guys some insight. So I just wanted to read what this information says because it's kind of blurry on my Twitter account a little bit. You can read it, but it's kind of a little blurry. But if you want to, you can follow my Twitter account at I love my wife 0007. That's 3 zeros and a 7. What we try to do is just try to help families in need, who need to get their families, their voices out there and help, put the word out for them and try to, let people know that some of these families who are not getting spotlight on their cases or their families and loved ones who were murdered, killed, they need help. They need voices. And that's pretty much what my wife and I try to help a lot of families with, including the Kendrick Johnson case. A lot of it has fallen on deaf ears, pretty much not talked about as much. But my wife and I have been trying to help put some focus back on it. I think it's important because families still fighting for justice. They've been waiting, almost 5 years. They haven't had much luck. A lot of things have gone bad for them as far as the court cases. The DOJ dropping their investigation because they couldn't prove that it was a racially motivated murder. So basically that's pretty much what's been going on. But back in June 22nd, the Johnsons had exhumed Kendrick Johnson's body for the second time to have a third autopsy performed on him. That's pretty much what this states here. I just want to read it to you real quick so that way you guys get a idea of what's going on. The person who did the second autopsy is on this third autopsy, but there's another person, a new person who was hired. I'll get to that shortly. So pretty much it states 2 forensic pathologists conduct a third autopsy upon Kendrick Johnson as part of a continued effort to get justice for his unexplained death in 2013. Okay, so this is what it says. It is early Saturday morning, June 30th, 2018, and after previously having the body of their 17-year-old son exhumed approximately 5 years ago, Kenneth and Jacqueline Johnson sit patiently awaiting reports from forensic pathologists and their assistants who have been hired to help in their effort to gather new evidence regarding their son's daytime disappearance at a Valdosta, Georgia high school on January 10, 2013. On June 20th, 2016, the U.S. Department of Justice closed its nearly 4-year-long investigation after announcing that it did not have evidence to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the African American youth, Kendrick Johnson, was murdered and was the victim of certain violations of federal law. Basically, like I said earlier, racially motivated. They couldn't find that he was murdered in that way. But they never said that they didn't have evidence that he wasn't murdered. They just said they couldn't, file it under that category. So local state law enforcement officials maintain that Johnson fell down the sender opening of a rolled-up gym mat during school hours on January 10th, 2013, got stuck and died as a result of suffocation of what Georgia Bureau of Investigation pathologists have referred to as positional asphyxia. It is the official GBI finding which the Johnsons have always disputed, and that caused them to believe that their son's body to be exhumed on the first such occasion in July 2013. In that autopsy, Orlando forensic pathologist William A. Anderson concluded that Johnson's death was due to non-accidental blunt force trauma. During Anderson's first autopsy, it was also discovered that, unbeknownst to the Johnsons, all of their son's internal organs were missing and the body was stuffed with newspaper. Shortly after, the Justice Department opened an investigation which named Richard Bell, a white FBI agent, and their 2 teenage sons as targets, which in DOJ parlance means that they were putative defendants. The missing organs, as well as the Johnsons' missing clothes and disappearance from school surveillance video clips, have fueled speculation that the city, county, and state officials connected to the investigation were engaged in a cover-up. However, as a result of examining photographs which Anderson did not have in 2013, Johnson's attorney believes that new evidence has been uncovered. Saturday's autopsy was focused upon the collection of tissue specimens coming from additional areas of Johnson's body. Anderson was assisted by forensic pathologist Matthias Okoye of Lincoln, Nebraska. The findings of this most recent examination are expected to be released in several weeks. So there it is. That's the new information. Trying to find out exactly what happened, when it happened, and who did it. Obviously, those are a lot of questions that need to be answered. Kendrick Johnson died January 10th, 2013. It's been over 5 years. The family's still searching for answers, and I think that with this third autopsy, they have most likely found what they've been searching for, which is answers to key questions as to how Kendrick Johnson really died. Obviously, they never believed any of the stories about the GBI local law enforcement stating that he fell down in a mat and reached in there, to look for gym shoes and got stuck and died of positional asphyxia. Just seems a lot odd in that scenario. So I think that the Johnsons have something going. I think that they put out some good information, hopefully within the next few days, I don't know, weeks. I'm hoping it's not a lot of weeks, but hopefully soon that they'll figure out the results and they'll get everything and let everybody know what's going on. Like I said, they do believe he was murdered. We believe he was murdered. We believe that he met with foul play. Just by looking at him shows a lot that he met with foul play, and a lot of people need to understand that. So hopefully this will bring out some new and uncovering details. Hopefully everybody will get a chance to read it again. Please follow my Twitter at ILoveMyWife0007. This is my new YouTube channel. My old YouTube channel was falsely flagged by a certain white supremacist who continues to stalk and harass the family of Kendrick Johnson and many other people. But he had a lot of my videos taken down, which was not true. So basically, that's pretty much what happened with my old channel. So I mean, hopefully you guys can follow me. I also have um, Black Junction that I'm posting videos on, and Black Spot TV. I'm also on blackspot.com. So if you need to hit me up at any of those platforms, hit me up. Again, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will be trying to come on regularly. This is my first time, doing this for the, something that I've never really done before. But I want to get the hang of it and bring more stories. I also want to see if I can talk to other families who need help. So if you guys have or know people who need help with families who have lost loved ones due to police brutality, and other circumstantial deaths, you can hit us up and we'll try to help. Basically, my wife and I have been trying to do that for the past 5 years, bringing out a lot of stories of families who have lost loved ones, and you know, and also, I'm hoping that you guys, um, listen out, and so I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I appreciate y'all for joining, and I want to thank all my followers on Twitter. You guys have been amazing. You guys have helped me out a lot. I know a lot of us have been through a lot, the past few years, trying to help. So I really appreciate you all. So thank you and have a good night. All right. See ya. Bye.